So here's a foolproof dry style Indian chicken dish that absolutely anyone can make, and today we're gonna jazz it up with some super exotic spices that are a bit of a secret. So stick around because that's coming up. If you find value in what we do, then consider subscribing to our channel and press the bell icon to stay notified whenever we make a new upload. Today I've got one of North India's most popular dry style chicken dishes for you. Alright, it's one of my most favorite chicken dishes to make as well, right? It's super simple and absolutely anyone can make it. I'm talking about the famous dry style tawa chicken. Alright, there's all kinds of versions of this dish you find across the country, especially across the north. But basically, we're going to be marinating some chicken, frying it out until it's about 50 to 60% done, and finishing it off with some lovely fresh tomatoes, onions, chilies, lots of herbs. But today, I've got a secret mixture of spices to finish it off with that you're gonna love. So, without further ado, let's get down to cooking our tawa chicken dry. Let's take a look at our ingredients for our easy and delicious tawa chicken. And of course for our nice secret garam masala as well. So aromatics, tomatoes, lots of fresh coriander, garlic, ginger, some green chilies, half a kg of chicken, curd, our whole spices for our garam masala and our spice powders. Lovely. And of course mustard oil is our medium. So let's start. The first thing we want to do is make our quick ginger and garlic paste. So ginger and garlic with a little salt into a mortar, and then we're just going to break it down and grind it until we have a nice coarse paste. Okay, so just break it down, grind it down, and that is done. To marinate the chicken, so in a bowl, the chicken goes the ginger garlic paste, our spice powders go in. Very simple basic marinade that we do with Indian cooking. A little bit of salt, of course, and then we're just going to beat the curd and add it to the chicken. That's it. Like I said, really simple and easy to do. Now we're just going to marinate the chicken, just mix all those ingredients and coat the chicken thoroughly with all those marinade ingredients, right? Make sure you mix it up thoroughly and that the marinade kind of evenly coats the chicken. So chicken's marinated, we're going to put it into the fridge for about half an hour. Here are our chopped onions, sliced broadly sliced tomatoes, and split green chilies. Okay, so we are ready. Let's heat up and burn off our mustard oil in a heavy pan. We'll bring the chicken to room temperature and then just add it to a nice hot pan. Absolutely. So we've added the chicken to the pan, and now on a medium to medium high heat, we need to sear the chicken. Okay, so once you've added all of the chicken, just sear it on all sides on a nice high heat until the chicken begins to take on a little bit of color. light golden brown color. Look at that, that's looking really good already. Okay, this just really helps to cook out those spices as well. So continue to sear it until you're happy with the color of the chicken, and of course the chicken also now starts to cook. Okay, just beginning to cook. So we're gonna continue to sear it and deglaze the chicken with the marinade, then cover it, and we're gonna allow the chicken to cook for a good 8 to 10 minutes. That's just gonna cook the chicken through a good 25 to 30%. That is smelling great already. So chicken has now released a lot of its moisture from the chicken and from the curd and the marinade. It's released a lot of its moisture. We're just gonna deglaze the pan, make sure we scrape up all those flavorful pan deposits, and then we're gonna cover it and let it cook away for a further 8 to 10 minutes. So the chicken's been cooking for a further 10 minutes, and as you can see, some of that moisture has dried up and the chicken's taken on a nice, lovely, rich brown color. Okay, by now it's about maybe 50% done. So just gonna add a little bit of water and then deglaze and scrape up all those lovely browned pan deposits. Okay, that's where all of the flavor of the dish lies. So we're just gonna deglaze it, scrape it all up, and then just let the chicken cook on a medium to medium low heat until most of that moisture dries up again. So basically it's just the process of cooking the chicken, deglazing it, and then drying out the moisture, and each time the chicken is going to get a deeper and deeper color, and it's going to absorb more and more of that flavor. So as you can see now, most of the moisture has dried up nicely. So that chicken is a nice golden brown and the pan is fairly dry. So we're just going to push the chicken to the side and now add our broadly sliced onions and our sliced green chilies to the pan. Okay, a little bit of salt for the aromatics at this stage. Really important to season your dish at every stage. Alright, now we're just going to mix everything together. Just going to let it cook for a few minutes until the onions begin to soften and turn translucent. Right, so in go our broadly sliced tomatoes. Okay, really important to slice everything broadly, and in this case, of course, we're adding the aromatics and the vegetables after cooking out the chicken. Okay, so it's a kind of reverse process. So a little bit of water, we've covered the pan, just going to allow it to cook another 8 to 10 minutes to soften the onions and the tomatoes further. Just get them to release their lovely delicious moistures into the pan. Look at that. Okay, that just looks so nice and appetizing, right? So we're just gonna stir everything together and on a medium heat allow the chicken to cook away gently until the tomatoes have softened and they have released most of their moisture into the pan. So the tomatoes now have released most of their moisture. As you can see, they've softened up nicely. They've begun to kind of break down. All right, we're just going to continue to fry the chicken, tomatoes and the onions until the tomatoes have softened a little more and the chicken is perfectly cooked through, and of course most of that moisture has dried up. That is looking done. Okay, we're just going to cover it and let it rest while we make our garam masala. So while the chicken is resting, we are going to dry roast our whole spices for our garam masala. So dry roast them until fragrant, then transfer them to a mortar and pestle, and then just grind them down to a nice semi-fine and really wonderfully fragrant powder. Okay, look at that nice, lovely color, beautiful fragrance from the star anise and the cardamom. So the chicken's been resting. Look at that steam that is emanating from the pan. Just give everything a mix, put it back on the heat. And now we can add I would say about a good teaspoon or so of our freshly made garam masala. Alright, just add it over the chicken, and as soon as you add it, you're going to get this lovely fragrance wafting out of the pan. So just mix it through gently, scrape up any of those pan deposits stuck to the base of the pan, and just continue to gently heat through the chicken until all of that moisture is evaporated and the chicken is nice and dry. That is absolutely done. Look at that. That looks absolutely superb. Okay, finally, we're just going to garnish it with lots and lots of fresh coriander. And if you like, you can squeeze over the juice of half a lemon to just contrast all the wonderful spiciness of our tawa chicken. So, just gonna turn it off and serve your tawa chicken hot with parathas or fresh rotis or in any which way that you like. I hope you really enjoy making this recipe.